So I want to remind myself that before we speak or do anything, we need to all center ourselves. That is the most important thing. Understanding any subject or anything, it should bring us to our real self. It should bring us more closer to our God, or the universal force, whatever you call it. So friends, magic of intimacy. We are doing this 3 days series. The first day, today, we are talking about the dance of polarity. Second day, we are going to talk about self intimacy. And the third day, we are stepping into inner marriage. So, dance of polarity, we are starting. And let's first understand this word intimacy. I have learned a very beautiful description about the word intimacy. And it says, into me, you see. Intimacy means into me, you see. So, friends, what happens when two people are intimate? It means the other person is allowing the other person to see through their secrets, their vulnerability, their secrets, something that they don't want to share, their defenses. So it becomes a little challenging when we are in intimacy. The question is, am I allowing the other person to see me? It's not only the physical nakedness, it is the nakedness from the heart, it's the nakedness from your emotion, from your mind, nakedness of your energy. How intimate I am with the other person is defined by one more aspect, friends. When I said into me, you see, I formed another definition of it. And I think you will agree to it. Intimacy means into me, I see. First, that is very important. Before I see myself in an intimate way, how do I allow any other person to see me in an intimate way? Most of the relationship conflicts are because of this. Because I don't know my defenses. Have I allowed myself? Have I accepted my darker shades? How much am I comfortable with my own self is going to define how much I'm comfortable in any relationship. So, friends, these 3 days, it may seem that this is an intimacy workshop. So, it is an intimacy to the outer self. Of course, we have our partners, we want to have a good relationship outside, but it's more about how we are intimate with our own self. That is the journey that we'll be taking for the 3 days. So, into me, I see. So, a little bit about myself, friends. I put this picture. I love the Mother Kali. This is a temple that was there in front of my house. I am a Bengali. In Bengal, there are temples, Kali temples, Durga temples. We worship the mother. And she has always scared me as a child. I was never comfortable going to her temple. But at a certain point of time, I could understand her, behind this Kali, behind this terrified look, there is this mother sitting who is so compassionate. And slowly I started learning that whatever she chops is our ignorance. And she gifts us with true love. She's a very, very compassionate mother. So I like to talk about her. Before I start this workshop, I want to talk about my mentors, all my great mentors. The first book I read on this was Osho, great master, then Dr. Newton, Dr. Lakshmi, my mentors, Ramarshi Patriji, great master Mantak Chia. I want to acknowledge my family here, my mother, father, my sister. Of course, I want to acknowledge myself, and David Deda, a great master. So these all mentors, they have so much, I'm so blessed to have them physically and sometimes not physically also. I read their books and they could touch my heart. So friends, a little about my journey. I have been born with a gender identity uh, disorder, so to speak. I was born in a gender I was not comfortable, and I always felt I belonged to the opposite gender. So my gender conflict brought so many questions. And the greatest question I asked that started my spiritual journey is, who am I? Am I this male? Am I this female? Who am I? To solve this gender conflict, I entered this spiritual journey because no science, no kind of doctors were giving me the right answers. And through these amazing masters, I was able to create my life. I was able to solve my problem. And that is where the passion comes for gender and sexuality. Uh, it started from my own confusion, friends. So, yeah, these are the two books I was able to write. And it talks about my life's story and the great master I could meet in my trance states. I was able to document these two books. Now, coming to our subject today, this yin yang, I think you have all seen this, and we know that every yin has a little yang in it, and every yang has a little yin in it. Otherwise, the both are incomplete. This is an amazing symbol, the Chinese symbol, yin yang. Yin is the feminine part, yang is the masculine part. Now, friends, I know many of you have known this concept many times, and I have been finding various ways to, to define it in a one go, in a one plane, so that you get the entire concept, not to complicate it. My entire effort has been how to make it more simple, because it's a little complicated, when we try to read and go into it and understanding polarity. So let me see if I can make it simple in one slide. I created one slide, and my effort is to let it get simplified. So here it is, friends. We all know that we have these two energies. So let me tell you how we are going to talk about this subject. You see this feminine, masculine energy. This is one set of it. And I'm going to explain this down: the polarity, attraction, balance, the feminine, masculine energy. And the third, we are going to get a little bit deeper into the subject. Okay. So masculine, feminine energy, we are going to explain in this figure. So all of us, we are born with a little feminine and a masculine energy. Either I am a male or a female. You already know that. Many male, so-called male. Now, please mark my words, because I am always talking about masculine and feminine here. And I have nothing to do with male, female, gender orientation. I'm not talking about anything of that. I am talking any person who is incarnated on earth has these two energies, masculine, feminine. Yeah. Now, if he's a so-called man, if a person identifies as a man, he may have, let's say, 70% masculine energy and 30% feminine energy. Okay. And if a so-called female who identifies herself as a female, she may have 80% feminine energy, 20% masculine energy, right? This varies, it can be 60-40, it can be 50-50, 20-80, so it can vary. There's no wrong and right about it. These are like different combinations humans are born with. Okay. Now, this feminine energy, masculine, now these are the three aspects of it. One is the polarity aspect. What is the polarity? Now, more masculine energy this person will have, the less feminine energy. Yeah. So, like if I'm talking about, let's say, army man, right? He's very masculine. He is. Maybe he's a 90% masculine, but little still he would be decisive. He would be, go-getter, very disciplined, controlled. But a little of him would be like a nurturing, like a loving, caring part. So that's the polarity, and without fail, the polarity needs to be there in every being. It cannot happen. A man can just say, I'm a full man, I don't have any feminine energy. Cannot happen, because there needs to be a balance. This man cannot sustain that, right? So what is attraction? Now, a very high, like I took the example of an army man, right? Now the army man, for example, walks into a party and he sees in the corner a beautiful lady with a beautiful smile. Now this woman is very feminine. Maybe she's 95% feminine. And this man is attracted to this woman. Attraction comes. Why? Because there is a polarity. What he has so less in him is reflected by that woman who is sitting there. I'm using the word reflected, if you note, is reflected by the woman who is sitting there, right? So it's his own unconscious feminine that is being reflected there, and that's where the attraction is, because our subconscious attracts us. Okay, friends? So that is the attraction. Now, third, let us come to the balance. What is this balance? Now, a masculine person can be like, like strict, hard, go-getter. Yeah, I have to do this. I have to sleep like this. I have to wake up like this. What is happening? He's getting very hard. There are chances that he'll break. Mostly men die of heart attacks. The heart attack rates for men are more than women. Yeah. So because they are like this, rigid. Yeah. And what can happen to a feminine? Feminine can be so much into the emotion. She, poor me, I need support. She's going into emotions. That also is not balanced. So not only if you are looking for a relationship outside, but it is so important for us, even health-wise, abundance-wise, relationship-wise, to have a healthy relation with your own self. The balance is so important. If we don't have balance inside, how do I attract another woman who is balanced? Right? So be it man or woman. Many people ask me, Aditya, you say you have to create a balance. Don't you think the attraction would be lost? No, it would be a relation between two balanced people. It would be more beautiful. Because you can be inside balanced, outside you can act like a feminine if you want, or a masculine. You can have your full energy and you can play with them outside. Yeah. So friends, the masculine is always, I think, he's the left brain. The left brain is always the masculine. I think. He's thinking. He's analytical, strategic, focused. He's always driving. He's always competing. He's practical. Yeah, I have written the records of the masculine on the right side. But the right brain is the feminine brain. and she's always feeling. I feel. So she's creative, she's in the flow, she's intuitive, nurturing, caring. So the man is always busy reading the newspaper, oh, what is happening in the country. I'm again talking about the masculine energy because he is linear, strategic, focused. He says, what is the feminine doing? Just putting some nail polish, filing the nails. What stupid thing. And the women also thinks, stupid fellow, what he's doing. Always he's so rigid, he's so serious all the time. Both of them, that's the reason it says, it's like a mysterious relationship. They don't understand each other. But when the man understands his creative side, only then he can understand another woman who is outside. So it is so beautiful to polish the nail, to take care of the nail, file it properly. You're nurturing something, creating a beauty out of something. It is as important as looking at the news and running the country or whatever. Why is the creative not important? Or why is, again, running the country is not important? Both are important. It's not that one is superior than the other. So if there is a garden, who will create the garden? The masculine force creates the garden. But the beauty of the garden, what is it? That is the feminine. There lies the feminine energy, friends. Right? So I think and I feel, these are the attributes, these are how the masculine feminine works. Right? So this was about the energy. I hope I made it easier. I will take question and answers at the end. Now, in the scale, I always love to do that. Look at yourself, 1 to 12. Now, the pink color Barbie is very feminine, like very delicate. And the G.I. Joe, the military guy, he is on the 12, he's very masculine. Now, I want you to look at this scale and think, where is your gender right now? Where are you? Are you on the extreme feminine? Are you on the extreme masculine? Are you balanced? Yeah. And I want you to give me the numbers on the chat. Let me see some numbers. Yes. Wonderful. 4, 7. Yes. 3. Wonderful. 4, 6, 8, 9. Wow. 7. Okay. Wow. People are being true. 5, 6. Oh, where is within a day? Kartik ji is saying, where is within a day? That's excellent. Interesting. 10, 9, 3. Oh, wonderful. Okay. So, friends, our gender, it's very interesting. We also fluctuate during the day. Now, I will. Okay, let me see. Yeah, this slide. Okay, let us see this slide. This is another interesting slide. Now, this is talking about our awareness. Now, somebody has said it fluctuates during the day. Exactly. Now, you cannot, either you're a man or a woman, you cannot be at one end for a long time. You are active, you have to sleep. There is day, there is night. There is always an opposite. So, this is a beautiful exercise for you to understand where, during the day, where am I? Am I in the masculine? Am I active? Am I I'm focused, I'm doing something? Or feminine? Am I relaxed? I'm nurturing, taking rest. Where is my consciousness? Where is my awareness? Or the other, am I in my higher self? Am I meditative state? I'm in a zero state. I'm like a witness state. In the higher self, I am not a man or a woman. Or I'm like a child. I'm playful. I just want to play. Now, the higher self and the child does not have a gender, friends. Very interesting. So, this can be a beautiful practice that you can do on a daily basis. Where am I? Where am I in my gender? Where is my awareness? Now, let us see these traits of masculine and feminine. I have noted few of them. Masculine is about direction. Always the masculine is, he has like he's always moving out into out. He has a direction. If you don't give, if a masculine doesn't have a direction, he will be lost. So that is the reasons it says that, the male, their work comes before the family. Why? Not in a bad sense, but if they lose the direction of their work, of what really they want to do, they lose the control of the family also. They can't participate in the family also. So direction, support. Masculine is about support, right? As your, like all of us, our father has supported us. Our father is like our backbone. Structure. Masculine is all about structure. I gave you the example of this garden, right? The structure of the garden is created by the masculine, but the beauty of the garden is the feminine aspect. He is always on a mission. He's a go-getter. He's about ending death. What does that mean? You'll see in the conversation with the masculine and feminine, the masculine is always coming to an end. He's always saying, he is always rushing how to finish the conversation. This is the conclusion. He is like death. He likes death. He says, okay, now end it. This is the conclusion, now end it. The feminine does not want to end. She's more expressive, decisive, and the masculine is about presence. He's about stillness. He likes to be empty. He likes to be still. He's about presence. Now let's see what the feminine is. Feminine is about feelings. She's about emotions. You are talking to a feminine, giving, all the males are like Mr. Fix-It. The feminine is saying, I went to the office and this happened, that happened. The man wants to fix. Okay, why you told the boss like that? You have said like this. Why you didn't do that? You have said like this. He trying to strategize things. But the feminine says, you know what? I don't need solution. I want you to listen. I want you to be present with me. I want you to be there. I need your presence. I need your attention. I don't need your suggestions. She's about expression. She's always expressing, finding ways to express her. Various forms. Creativity. She's all creative all the time. She's about love. She's about movement. She's changing all the time. So that's the reason it says when a man and a woman are talking, she'll just be here and then she's somewhere else. She's always moving, fluctuating. She's a constant flux. So men get crazy. They say, I don't understand women. I don't understand. She's a mystery. How can a male understand if the male has not discovered these attributes in himself? Because we also go into, the mind in the morning and the mind now has changed. Have you observed that? How you woke up in the morning and how you are right now, if you observe. So even if you're a masculine brain, you do flux, there is a flux in your own brain. Intuition. She's intuitive. Even all the males needs to develop their intuitive qualities. Compassion, flow. So masculine, friends, the attribute of masculine is the masculine is always growing by challenge. You give a challenge to the masculine, as we are in the college, or maybe even like a small child, the boys are giving challenges to each other. What are they saying? Can you jump that fence? Can you go and steal that mango from that tree? Always challenges. Can you do that? And when the man grows a little uh, older, maybe in the college, can you go and propose that girl? Yeah, challenge. But women grows by praise. Praise. How beautiful you are. How wonderful you are. If you give challenges to women, she won't like it much. That's not the feminine nature. But if you are a woman, do you not face challenge in life? Have life spared you of challenge? So you are born with 8 engines, but only you are using 4 engines. I am only a woman. Where is your masculine attribute? And for the men, where is your feminine attribute?
Aditya, if you could just share the screen again, a lot of people are asking for the last slide to be shown again.
Okay. This one?
Yeah, where these points are mentioned.
Yeah. So friends, for the feminine, if the feminine is in a bad mood and the man is trying to fix the feminine, don't try to change her mind. Fix her mood. That's the trick. Fix her mood. It's not fixing, but deal with her emotion. Be with her feelings, not with her mind, because she operates very little with her mind. Again, it's a so-called female I'm talking about. So I give this example now. It's a very interesting example of the masculine and feminine. A man, he wants to go get a burger because he's hungry. So what he'll do, he'll get up from his seat, he'll walk straight, go to the fridge, right side, burger is there, pick the burger, eat it, finish. How will a female go? The female is hungry, she wants to have a burger. She'll get up, and after she gets up, she sees, oh my god, how the bed sheet is. She'll put the bed sheet a little, and then she'll walk a little, and then oh, the clothes are lying there and here and there. She'll put the clothes here and there, and then she'll walk a little bit, and what is this bill sticking out from a long time? She'll plug the bill, and by the time she's reached the refrigerator, she'll say how dirty the refrigerator is. She'll start cleaning it. She will almost forget that she has come here for the burger. So that is the movement of the masculine and the feminine. Male is directive. He knows I have to go there, get the burger, that's it. The woman, her consciousness is everywhere. Why this happens, friends? I was talking to one friend and he gave a very nice example. He said, Aditya, when we are primitive people, the men were hunters. They used to be focused. I have to go hunt, get the food for my family. That's what. And the women, because we used to live in jungles. She needs to be very aware what's happening where. My kid is playing there. There could be a lion walking from somewhere. Her awareness was expanded and surrounded everywhere. What is happening here? What is happening there? So she can do multitasking. Men are only, one task at a time. So friends, how should women know about men? First of all, if you're trying to know a man, know that he has his own cave. Men go into their own cave. They need time. So there's a controversy always. Men need time, women need, I'm sorry, men need space, women need time, right? From the beautiful book, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. Yeah. Men, they are always, they have their own time. They want to be in their space. And women, they are always looking for time. So always, if you're a woman and you're talking to your man, see, I'm talking in two terms. One is, first, all women need to explore their inner man. All men needs to explore their inner woman. And I'll tell you how. First, let me talk about how. First, if you are a woman, and if you see first, where is your energy? Are you too feminine? You will know. You are nurturing, you are doing this and that, but you don't feel that, you feel weak. You feel, I don't have a direction. What do? So you can do something. First point, you can do something competitive. Give yourself a challenge. Play a video game that is challenging. Do some mathematics that is challenging. Construct a project. Women can do this to develop their masculine. Take a project and do something. Create a project. Know about the latest science. Test your physical strength. Do some weightlifting. Carry as many grocery bags as you can. Yeah? Meditate on your solar plexus. Women can do that to develop their masculine side. And what can men do to nurture their feminine side? Create art. Paint a canvas. Do something creative. Nurture yourself. Men hardly nurture themselves. They don't look at the mirror also most of the time, opposed to women. How much time do you spend in front of the mirror? Not many men do that. Nurture yourself. And give intuition the wheel. Follow, develop intuitive quality through your emotions, through your meditations. Develop this faculty of intuition. And welcome emotion. Men are very, very scared of emotions, of feeling, to feel. It's like poison for men. Allow your emotions. What is intimacy, friends? The entire intimacy journey is to understand your feelings and emotions. If you are clear in your feelings and emotion, you will have wonderful intimacy with yourself, with your partner. And if you don't have a wonderful intimacy in your life, you definitely have blocks in your emotions. And it's a very vulnerable part. We don't want to touch that. We are very scared sometimes to touch that part in us. Who will do that? So I look into myself. Be vulnerable to yourself. Give your emotion a place in your heart. No matter how toxic it is, say yes, I'll take care of these emotions. Right? So this is how men, women can develop the masculine, feminine part. So I was now talking about how woman treats a man. So one thing I was talking about is the cave. Know that he needs his time. When he's in a cave, don't disturb him. Or you know what happens if you disturb a lion in the cave, right? So don't do that. Let him go inside the cave. He'll come out himself. Okay. Second is always empower him. Respect your man. If you're a woman, respect your man. Give him respect. Tell him that I need this help. I need support. If you say that to a man, the man feels very empowered. Yes, my woman is depending on me. He feels very good. Nowadays, women say, oh, I can do anything. I don't need your help. That means two men are living together. Can you imagine what happens in a relationship? Yeah. So women, be a woman in front of you. It won't make you less. How do you compare a banana and a mango? Women and men cannot be compared. What women can do, men cannot do. What men can do, women cannot do. Not in that way. Not in challenge. What Aditya you are talking in this age? Women are doing everything. Not that way. I'm talking about the essence. I'm talking about the essence. All men know when there is a woman in the room, beautiful woman in the room. Can you ever create that essence? All men are smiling right now. Huh? Can you create that essence? Can you create that vibration of that beautiful woman in the room? Ever? Can you ever do it? And similarly, the strength of a man, his communication skill, his leadership, yeah, the presence of a man. Can you really replace? Can any woman replace the presence of a man? Yeah. So ask. Another thing for women, if you want to know your man, is ask for your attention before you are speaking to him. You're just talking to him, he's not listening. Ask for his attention. Because he's like this. You understand his pattern, you'll understand him. Ask, and then you talk to him. And bring him always from his head to the heart. Show your vulnerable side. Women, show your vulnerable side so that men can also learn about their vulnerable side. Bring him from his head to the heart. The women can do that. He doesn't need to speak from his head, but you bring him. When you are vulnerable, he can learn to be vulnerable with time. Now, next phase we are going, what should men know about women? Definitely, women is about time. Give her time. She needs time. And as I said, change her mood. Don't change her mind. Listen to her emotion, not to her words. Sometimes women, the man will say, always you talk about the same, because the woman will say, you never love me. Because for the moment, love is not there. You never love me. You always do that. Man says, why I always do that? Yesterday only I did that. Because for that one moment, her entire world is in that one moment. So she will talk like that. So the man has to understand the feelings behind her words. Don't look at her words. Look at the feelings behind her words. What she means is her feelings. And feel her. All the men need to feel her. Feel her with your own body. So all the men, ignite your feminine inside yourself if you want to feel or know another woman outside. Because you really need your body to understand a woman. You need to feel her. What is she feeling? What kind of emotion she is going through? Men are very scared to do that. It's like poison. For men, emotions are poison. But for all men, I have to tell you, all, even including me, even I'm in the same, all brothers, we are together in this. But we have to drink the poison, friends. We have to, if we have to grow. Today is the second day of our journey. Our topic is magic of intimacy. Today we are talking about a very beautiful and important subject. It's called self-intimacy. Now, yesterday we have spoken about the dance of polarity, where we were speaking about how the masculine feminine principle works. And we understood these dynamics are inside all of us, and we can cultivate these dynamics. Hence, we can also cultivate intimacy inside us. How to be intimate, how the concept of always the intimacy is outside. We have only known when we speak intimacy, we feel it is between two people. Two people can be intimate. Always the other comes. Generally, that is the definition of intimacy that we have learned. But my question is, if we don't understand our own inner depths, and when I'm talking intimacy, here today I will be also, talking the sexual intimacy. Why it's important? We all are seekers. We want to know ourselves. We are here to realize ourselves. And if you are on the path of self mastery, if you are on the path to know our truths, we must include sexuality in it, because with sexuality comes the subconscious. Sexuality and the subconscious mind are related. They are interlinked, and that also makes this subject a little scary, not comfortable. So my intention to present this subject, to make it a little comfortable, understand the intimacy more than the sexual understanding. It is about the emotional part of it. And when we speak emotions, they are volatile. For women, it is easier for them to understand emotions. Men, it's pretty hard. The story for men is a little different, because they have to be strong. They have to be, like a go-getter. So they can't show their emotions. They're not allowed to do that. I feel the true masculinity comes when a man faces his own emotions. It's important to face your own emotions. Women, it is easier, but sometimes for women, what happens, she gets carried away with her emotions. So we all need to develop the emotional intelligence to understand this subject. Self-intimacy is about holding space for ourselves before even we get to a partner or any other intimate relationship. How do we hold space for ourselves in the time of crisis? When we feel we are abandoned, when there is a rejection, when there is a fear. It can be the other side also. When we are too excited, when we are being in love, can we lie down and hold the space and feel that emotion in our body and not act on it? That is holding spaces. And this is how you develop resilience in your emotional state. And people, not all people, they're interested in doing that. But I'm sure whoever is here, whoever is interested in this subject, that's the reason you are here. You want to develop this emotional balance in your relationship first with yourself and the relationship you have with others, especially if you are talking about intimacy with your partner. The deep need, the sense of being close to whom? To first to ourselves. And then we can take this into a partnership relationship with someone else. I will be sharing a story to start with. And this story goes like this. I have made a pictorial representation of it. Hope you will like it. There are two monasteries. So in the Tibet, there are monasteries where children are given to the monastery, at a very young age. Every family in Tibet, they are supposed to give one child to the monastery. So the child goes to the monastery around the age of 3, 4, maybe 4 years age. And they grow there their entire life. They have to practice because, they are chosen monks. They need to live like monks. They don't have a choice. So I'm talking about one of these stories. Now, these two monasteries, they had two different kind of teachings. One monastery is teaching love-based. They say that you are already enlightened. You are already God. You have to realize it. And the other monastery is teaching, you are full of sin. You have to wash yourself, cleanse yourself to realize God. So these are the two monasteries, and there are two monks who are practicing in these monasteries, and they developed from these belief system. One is a love-based, one is fear-based. So once what happens now, these monks, when they have come to the monastery, they were young children, and now they are, they are adults, and they want to explore. So they are getting into their adulthood, and they are having their sexual urges. So what they do is they sneak out in the night. The two monks sneak out in the night, and they go to a prostitute to explore their sexuality. So they go and explore sexuality, and when they come out, now the monk who was coming from the fear-based monastery, he suddenly came into his senses and said, what did I do? Oh my God, I was already sinning so much, and I spent so many years to wash my sin. Now I have done another sin. Where will I go? He was so guilty. And the monk who was from the love-based monastery, he came out and he said, okay, I tried something, but that is not as good as what I was practicing. He just came to experiment, and he found what the taste of this sexuality is. And he said, all right. And he went back to the monastery, he studied more, and he got self-realized. But the monk who came out of the fear-based monastery, he couldn't go back to the monastery. He joined the gangsters. So friends, this story tells us, maybe the question to us is, what kind of school are we coming from? Nothing to do with the subject of sexuality, nothing wrong with this sex as we look at it. But what kind of schools have we been taught about this subject, about masculine, feminine, gender, sexuality? What have we been told? Have we been allowed to explore? Have we been allowed to make mistake? Have we been allowed to know about this subject, or have we been shamed? Have we been feeling guilty about it? That is the question I think we all need to ask ourselves. So, friends, all these stems, all these issues that we face in intimacy, in a relationship, especially in the relationship problem. Why? You see the root of the relationship problem coming from the childhood. It's like two small little child, they got married. All the adults, the couples that I keep working and I see, yeah, they are two little children got married. They had earlier little toys to play. Now they have bigger toys to play. That's the only difference. But again, they are same. Yeah. So same roots, the childhood, the kind of wounds, the unmet needs, they start coming out as adults. And we want the other person, so much load we put on the partner that you have to satisfy me now because now you have married. We need to marry ourselves before we get married to others. One of the most beautiful practice to develop our relationship with ourselves is to bring ourselves from time to time and ask ourselves, how am I feeling right now? And you will see there is the more you keep doing this, you will start building this relationship, deep relationship with yourself. And you will know what your needs are. So, how many of you here have gone to a date with yourself? And friends, I call self-intimacy a deeper form of self-love. Why? Because you are including your most intimate part of yourself. We are so shy and we are so closed when we are talking about this subject to others. It is a shy feeling of guilt. Probably we are not comfortable. Even to our most intimate partner, how many of us are really seen? As I was saying, intimacy is I see. Into me, you see. Into me, I see. How many of us are so open there? Not many. If you are, then you are very blessed. That's all I can say. Not everyone is that blessed. But what is stopping us to look into that part ourselves? Why can't we do that? What is stopping us? What is the hindrance there to be intimate with our own self? To know our sensuality, what feels good for us, what doesn't feel good for us. How do I attract the right partner for myself? If I myself, I don't know what feels right for me, what I really want. When we talk about this subject, there are so many shadows, friends. Sexual act can be coming from some visions, some mental image, some imagination. Because I always keep saying our mind is the greatest sexual organ. Either we are active in sexuality or either we are suppressed. Either we are comfortable, either we are not comfortable. Or maybe we are, obsessed, possessed about it. Or we just don't want to look at it. Are we in harmony with our sexuality? If anybody says, yes, I am in harmony with my sexuality, they definitely understand self-intimacy. Because you have taken the responsibility of your sexuality yourself. I read this, flower is made of non-flower elements. I just love this. And as I study gender and sexuality, I try to relate everything that I read with my subject. So what I wrote is, sex is made of non-sex elements. Anything that you think sex is about is not sexuality. right? So I will be talking about going into this pure aspect of ourselves. How do you look at this subject? First, you need to understand you can only explore this subject when you are in your comfort zone. I call it safe zone. You need to be safe and comfortable to explore this. This is so important, friends. So first you start by creating that safe place inside yourself. And if you are lucky, if you have people around you or a sangha or, or a partner who is so comforting, then you are blessed, right? If not, you start from your own self creating this comfort zone. Now, after the comfort zone, there is a challenge zone. Yeah, this is where the shadows are, right? So what you can do is we can slowly extend ourselves to the challenge zone, little by little. And after the challenge zone, there is one more zone. That's called the extreme zone. Now, what happens is there is growth where not in the comfort zone, not in the extreme zone, but where in the challenge zone. Growth means you become more loving. You become your master yourself. You gain self mastery. Sexual mastery is about gaining self mastery because you're straight away working with energy, but not in the extreme zone. The growth won't happen in the comfort zone also, but in the challenge zone. So if you don't use the comfort zone, what will happen? If we keep staying in our comfort zone, the comfort zone shrinks. Yeah. So what we need to do, we need to expand our comfort zone. More we expand our comfort zone to the challenging zone. So little by little, we need to expand it. So the comfort zone starts growing and occupying the comfort zone. So this is the right attitude to understand this subject, because it's, very sensitive subject. Even working on this subject, I am learning so much because I have to refine myself so much. For the last 5-6 years, I have been presenting workshops on this. I made so many mistakes because I have to be very careful. It is a trigger point for most of us. We are highly emotional here. Many wounds starts coming up when we start understanding intimacy. Yeah. So friends, start with self-love. Start with safe place. Start with comfort zone. Wherever you are, how much comfortable can you be with the subject? Accordingly, you start nurturing yourself and start growing from there. This moment itself has everything that you need to feel intimate, sexual, and connected to your deeper self. This moment has everything. Friends, we are all surrounded by abundant feminine energy. Please hear me again. We are all surrounded by abundant feminine energy. Are we ready to connect and accept? This moment is enough. If you can really delve into the feminine energy, if you can say, yes, I'm ready to rest in this feminine energy, from that, the masculine energy will automatically awaken. So the female who are incarnated female, they have access to both the energy very easily. The Durga, the Kali, already they have a masculine aspect very easily with them. For males, yes, it can be a little to empower their emotions, because male are very scared to get into emotions. Empower their femininity. Then every male need to see their feminine aspect, empower their feminine aspect. And if we can be in the present moment, understanding that this moment I am surrounded with abundant feminine energy. The nature is there. The cosmic energy is there. Everything is feminine. That is such a loving and intimate energy, friends, for all of us. The last topic that we are carrying in this trinity. First, we covered the dance of polarity. Second, we covered self-intimacy. And third, we are going into inner marriage. When we hear the term inner marriage, so beautiful it is, isn't it? All of us want that. So how do we define inner marriage? So in some esoteric term, it is the marriage between the spirit and the matter. We call it the marriage of Shiva and Shakti. One of the most beautiful marriage. Now, I'm explaining how the splitting of the sexes happened. What exactly happened? So what happened is, first, there was only spirit. The spirit wants to manifest. Spirit means what? Energy. There was only energy. It wanted to manifest. Manifest why? Because it wants to come to its potential. It wants to show its potential. What will it do? How will it do it? It has separated. The spirit separated into known from the unknown. So there is some of the spirit part became known, some of the spirit start become unknown. Hence the splitting of the sexes, because the unknown is called the feminine, the known is called the masculine. I'll give you another example of this splitting of the sexes. So let's say there was void, like it says before the Big Bang, and even before that there was nothing. It's void. So what happened? Void became void, and it started from the void started coming the energy, frequency, and sound. They are the more closer things to the void. And from these frequency, sound, and energy, there became two divisions, light and darkness. Now, there's nothing negative and positive. You can say light can be known. Known means wherever we are putting the light, it becomes visible. And darkness is the unknown. You can say conscious and subconscious or superconscious. So the light, this known and unknown, is where known became the masculine and unknown became the feminine. This is how we are learning from the first day how the masculine and the feminine is, right? And always there is attraction between the known and the unknown. The known is always trying to go into the unknown, and the unknown is always trying to go to the known. That is the attraction of Shiva Shakti. So friends, we are always in, these two things are always in continuum. You see, it's always together. It's merging into one another. One cannot exist without the other. Even in us, we all have these two polarities working like this. Somewhere we are going into the feminine, and then we are coming into the masculine. Do you know we breathe from the left nostril for 40 minutes, more breathing, and then 40 minutes from the right nostril. Left, right. Okay. Similarly, even our energy, it changes. We are not always, even as a man, I cannot be always in a masculine energy. We have to go into a feminine energy, and slowly it comes back into a masculine energy. So friends, we have known about the Chinese medicine. If you see, again, we are talking inner marriage. What they do, very simple, Chinese medicine. If you go to the Chinese doctor, he will see, are you more on the yang? Are you more on the yin? If you are more on the yang, they will give you yin medicines. If you are more on the yin, they will give you yang medicines. or any disease, whatever the disease is, they don't look at the symptom of the disease. They will only look into these two factors, and they will balance the body, mind, emotion, and the disease will get cured. Right? So another example of inner marriage is the balance. Even the pH balance, right? It's so important. In the body, there is so many kinds of balance. And if the balance is moved, the body is sick. So we all know the Ida and Pingla, how we can, the masculine is the right side and the left side is the feminine. With the balance of this masculine feminine, when we are able to awaken the, this Ida and Pingla, it awakens the Shushumna, the middle channel, and it clears the chakras. Here, how we apply this inner marriage, this application of balance in our daily life. How do we do that? The balance between mind and heart. Yeah. So just not operate with the mind, also include the heart. Let them be together. Okay, my heart is saying this, my mind is saying that. Accept it. Not to go for one or the other. How we have done this exercise? Just be. Spontaneity and planning. Don't we require planning? Yes, a little planning. 3 months planning is okay, or 1 year plan, fine. No, don't go into 5 years, 10 years, 20 years long-term plans. A 3 months plan. I generally, for me, I operate at least 1 month plan. Or I'm trying to cut it short. Maybe one day I'll say I don't have plan. Spontaneity, right? But a little planning and spontaneity, a mixture of that. Intuition and logic. Too much of intuition is also not good. Only intuition. Be practical also. Logical also. It's required. Relaxation and exercise. Too much of exercise is harmful. Too much of activity is harmful. Too much of relaxation is again harmful. It can get you into depression. Too much of relaxation. Yeah. Receiving and giving, especially in relationships, so important. Relationship balance can only come when we are receiving and giving, whatever way it is. And most importantly, friends, the balance between the spiritual and the material. Only spiritual? No, we are imbalanced. We need material also. How to survive? Money as an exchange, as an energy, we need money to be, in this world, because we want to live with everyone. So we also have to consider how the society works. So little of that and little of the spirituality. That is Madhya Marg. This is inner marriage.